Jack, Nazareth and me, together with our support team, undertook a circumnavigation of the planet Hurston on Dragonfly bikes. After completing a similar circumnavigation of Microtech a few years ago, we were confident that we could complete a journey around Hurston as well. Hurston is a far more challenging environment though, with plenty of trash to get caught up in along the way. It's been a little while since the last installment of this series, and when we left things off we travelled south from Lorville all the way down around the South Pole, and we're making our way back up the far side of the planet, passing the halfway point as we went. But as we begin stage 6, we are leaving HDSF Breckenridge to make the 1,255km journey, the longest leg of the entire trip, to HDMS Status. On the way there, we plan to make a detour to visit a rather unusual biome that I had never actually seen before, the Acid Desert, and in what seems to be a very rare occurrence for one of these stages, would actually lose some ships along the way as well. How would we fare across the vast distance to cover? Let's take a look and see. Thank you, Artax. As we prepped to set out for the day, Jack was sadly running very late, so I was to be joined by Quazgar instead on the second bike.
Hey Katie, are you heading out?
No, I'm just going to move over here in some space for safety. As usual, Fingers had drawn out our route. You can see the detours that we were going to make to visit the Acid Desert biome, a detour that would add a lot of extra distance to an already very long stage, and I myself was already starting out tired. I'm anticipating more crashes than usual because my eyes are heavy. Take a chance, it's gonna make the ground. Quazgar would be following along, trying to get familiar with the Dragonfly as we went.
They're just behind you, or not too close, but behind you.
But just like Jack and me, he would have to learn some safety along the way as well, especially where to point the bike.
But it was flat out.
It was very close.
Couldn't believe it.
Like, there's two things it's best not to do. One is follow directly behind someone because like I was kind of like 200 meters behind Jack and he had to brake and I ended up hitting him. Yeah, there is not to like go on converging paths. Fast moving objects that are on converging paths can hit each other.
We're gonna cut north until we hit desert.
So far at least, I mean, it's been doable. Fingers was up in the sky ahead, acting as our navigator, guiding us along the route.
So, can you see me now? Am I ahead of you?
Oh
no, I see you now. You just came.
You were ahead of me, yeah. So yeah, I know I saw your marker a minute ago.
Or 10 fingers wherever you go next, I'll meet you there, so we're far ahead of.
But one of the stranger events of the day was about to occur, with a crash, not of a bike, but of the navigation ship.
Turning north.
Turning north, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh. That's a first, holy shit. First time I've seen the navigating ship crash.
Oh, that was
on screen as well. You crashed on screen, Fingers.
Outstanding.
That's not north.
Oh,
Fingers is all thumbs tonight.
that was fun.
Here, it was like
Ironically, the terrain so far had been very forgiving.
nothing.
The terrain out here is actually really, really rideable.
Okay.
And it seems to be getting better as well as we go. Okay, I'm going to go north. Jack listened in, planning to make the run himself later on.
Yeah, Katie's that's such the biggest tease for me. Jack, you can't believe how great the terrain is here.
It's so easy, Jack. Why aren't you with us?
You just turned northwest. I didn't know if you realized it or not.
Artax chimed in with navigation points as well from the support Karak, but I was about to follow Fingers with a collision with the ground. It's very good for your vitamins.
An iodine.
Oh, and an eye exploded.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Actually, let me move forward a little bit. There's a little rock right there. I want to make sure you don't hit that rock.
As I left the ship, Fingers was working out how far we'd come and the new heading.
I've got the original range to Thetis, if you can
I'll
find
just
out what the
capture
range
my-
is now, you can just subtract it and come up with traveled.
God, look at that, I'm riding right next to you, that's awesome. Quazgar and I would ride along together for a stretch of flat desert.
It doesn't matter to me.
I wonder if match target speed works on Dragonflies like it does in ships.
Oh. I'm trying to fly as straight as possible. I can hear you, but I can't see it.
I'm up to your left. But next, it was Quazgar's turn to explode. Ooh. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
saw that one.
it was over. I thought I could make it over those plants, but did you get that?
I did. As I pushed on further, every change in the terrain made me hopeful that we were close to the acid desert. Very yellow is coming up. But now it's red. Again, I'd never actually seen the acid desert before, and with the distances on this leg and this detour, knowing when we'd actually arrive there was basically impossible. Back into a bit of red, which means fallen logs and plants. Fingers made it back to us to give us some good news ahead of another setback.
Correct. 1,000 miles direct.
Okay, so that's
1,056.
ooh.
Oh no!
I exploded. So we've covered almost 200 kilometers. When the stars glow bright, the sun shines old. The misty bright moonlight I were told. When the storm is raging in your head, you feel there's nothing more ahead. Oh, okay, cool. Now, there was a bit of a misunderstanding here in communication between Fingers and me. He said that Thetis was due west, and given that we'd been moving for hours at this point, I made the assumption that he meant we were close to direct west, but really he just meant we were more west than he expected, so we'd have to adjust our route. Thetis is our destination, right?
Thetis is
Are we west of it, did you say?
right, but you see on the map where orbital marker 3 is?
Yeah.
That's also where OM3 is up top. Yeah.
1021. We're near the top of the image on the big map, is what you're saying.
Is what my gut's telling me, yeah.
Okay. So we may have just ridden right through the red desert then. The acid desert. I'd made the assumption that we might have missed the biome altogether, and I was wrong about that, but having never seen it before, I did not know what we were actually looking for. We pushed on into the sun, pretty much blind as a result. I can't see a damn thing, but we are making a lot of speed. And as always, it is easy to forget sometimes that hard landings really damage the bikes. Jumps are fun after all. I have just jumped a very...
Where are you?
This is going to end badly. This is going to go badly.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, I just lost
Wow,
that.
you really went far.
So
Oh,
the
okay.
entire left side of this bike is gone.
That looks really interesting, yeah.
We'd hold up and wait for support and a fresh bike rather than trying to push on regardless. So the estimate was somewhere up here, but really we were around here somewhere. Our guess on this one was quite a way off, but it is a very big area and the travel times felt a lot longer than usual. By the time we were ready to set out again, Jack was joining us on the ground, and Trennick as our extra cameraman above.
So you guys said the first bit of terrain was like pretty smooth?
Pretty smooth, yeah. It was like the team was back together again. Yeah.
Let us venture forth.
And I'm underway.
Here we go.
Trennick would be above us in the support ship now.
I'm just gonna kind of toy with my camera angle settings on the way.
As we pushed on into the night, the terrain would get a lot more bumpy.
And what is your speed, Katie?
95. I can go higher there, a little bit higher.
Yeah, I've got like 112, 113 somewhere.
And Jack was having a little desync on his leg and would soon clock in some damage himself.
I lost a nacelle.
Oh, okay, that wasn't me.
Just kind of flying, and I heard a backfire, and I went to third person, and I've got a missing coordinate cell. Never really had trouble on European servers before, ever. Not like to this extent.
The damage was getting shared around equally here.
A weird mix of red and a kind of bluey green color. Oh no.
But it would be Jack to explode next between the two of us.
And I'm dead.
No.
Just exploded. Just came up a little low ridge, soft and just kind of going.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. Honey, you are my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.
True bearing to Thetis. About 290, not quite west.
Jack would lose another bike in the night. Oh,
I just exploded in the middle of
Heard that
nowhere.
one.
Yep. Just nothing around me.
even with the crashes though, we were making very good time, and a little further on I would spot some changes and immediately knew that I was looking at the start of a new biome.
Oh, hello, look at this. That is some green rock right there, wow. That is some acidy looking rock. This could be it. I think this is it. Be good if it was daytime, but
We're gonna go all through it without ever seeing it.
well, the sun's gonna be up soon, isn't it? Sky over there. But like, yeah, this has gotta be it. Like, look at this goddamn terrain.
It would start out pretty sparse, but as we'd come to see, the depth and variety is quite interesting deeper inside.
Like, look how yellow it is up
yeah,
ahead,
definitely.
Jesus.
These hills.
It's like sulfur and all kinds of nasties. Yeah,
So crazy.
it's a
Kind of
chemical
hurts the
soup.
eyes. Jeez.
It's like fluorescent almost when you put the carrot
Yeah.
light on it. Check the carrot light on me a sec.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I think that's a good highlighter yellow.
That.
It gives a good vivid image.
Guys. The confirmation, this is the acid desert. No questions.
We'd continue on towards morning, and Jack made a decision to take things slow and careful for the rest of this stage.
You know what? For the rest of this trip, unfortunately, I think I'm just going to poke along at SEM and below. You know, like 80 and below, just to keep.
I feel like that's the
Yeah.
safer way to do it.
There's a lot of caustic chemical soup going on in this desert.
It's real cool.
How far away from any marker?
Pretty far. Pretty far from anything right now.
You wouldn't want to sink a well here and drink the water.
Like, we are as in the middle of nowhere as you can be.
The detour we made would add a lot of time to the stage, but I felt it was worthwhile to explore something new.
Well, I'm so glad we made the detour. Because this is so weird. I know it adds time to the journey and the leg, but like, it was worth it.
Yeah, that's the variety.
Yes.
As dawn broke, we would hold up again to regroup as a team.
Damn, look at that. That's a sunrise. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 5.4.
Oh, who's at my position?
Me and Tronic.
Okay.
Now that we were at the acid desert, Fingers could more or less plot straight for Thedas. We'd be following his lead to the first checkpoint.
Okay, I'm gonna push on towards Fingers and I'll
Hurt.
Sunlight is very welcome. It looks beautiful, very bizarre. This is one of the most striking environments we've found so far.
It's like day glow orange. It's crazy.
It's like, what if we could land on Io around Jupiter? The way it's just
Yeah.
all volcanic.
That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like Io, you're right.
As we pushed further into it, we'd be treated to some interesting varieties as well.
Ooh, the yellow is kind of reflective too.
Yeah, that's what we were. I don't know if you were seeing it at night, but wherever
I wasn't.
light was shining on it, it was almost like bioluminescent.
And it feels like a completely different planet.
It really does. Like, this is the most different, I think, of all the biomes that we've encountered.
The vast stretches of yellow were slowly growing more green, with these distinct little mound hills dotting the landscape. It was easy to ride, if a little treacherous, owing to the jagged rocks. The colours seem to be brightening further as well.
This is like nothing but acid desert now.
Trennick was keeping pace well in the Carrack as we travelled, arguably a little bit too fast over these rocks, and as a result I was about to have a very unusual crash, but I would survive.
Whoa. Oh my god.
You're spinning?
I am actually, like, seriously spinning. Ooh.
Man, I wish I was recording that. Just see your name just go woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, I got it.
Wild.
Went into like a full-on corkscrew.
I was spinning so much I blacked out.
Oh no.
Wow.
The bike had suffered some damage.
Not looking so good. Okay, so we got Gravlev 5 is out. Gravlev 3 is out. Retros are good though. Retros are good. That's the only one I care about. Basically, as you use Gravlevs, the bike starts to make a weird noise, but it still works.
You have a lot of time to think on these journeys, and we were crunching some numbers as we moved.
When we finish this, you will have done 7,500 kilometers on Dragonfly. I will have done over 14,000 kilometers on Dragonfly.
Oh
That's
wow.
awesome. That's why I did what I did last night and this morning, because I cannot honestly say if I skipped that whole leg. I want to be one of 2 people that has flown around Hurston on a gravel bike, and no one else is going to do it.
Up ahead, the biome was changing again in a very weird way, and I don't know how well this translates, but to me the terrain ahead looked almost like a kind of yellow microtech. That's what I was thinking in the moment anyway.
Weird
Yes.
looking.
Yeah.
A little further, we were back into some vivid reds, and the acid desert was getting patchy again.
Render you from a different distance than the rest of the bike.
That is weird.
But even further, we would hit another region of it, and the colours this time would become very, very vivid.
Do you guys know that movie with one of John Cusack's earlier films?
No.
It's so
Better off
funny.
dead. It's been a while.
Better Off Dead is so funny.
It's
It's
been
funny.
a
It's like on top
long
of the
time.
or
City.
Look at it again. Rocks are all luminescent. It's so weird.
They have carrot lights in them.
If you watch Circumnavigating microtech videos, we went through areas that looked just like this with the kind of orange dirt and snow and everything.
We were hoping to maybe clear the acid desert by nightfall or dawn at the latest, but first a logistics stop so Jack could swap out his bike for a new one, and we could do a distance check.
Plain dead now. At least one of them is.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. You're moving the Dragonflies. It's cool. That looks awesome.
Oh yeah, that spot in the middle should fit a board.
Okay. I'll not worry about the business.
Technically, you can fit 5 in here.
At dusk, the terrain was more mountainous, but definitely still the acid desert. Trennick was scanning my bike to assess its condition.
So the nose and the rear are both red. So is the left wing. It hit the ground a few times. So yeah, everyone else did.
I
I hear you.
Okay.
It was pretty clear though we'd be spending another night in the acid desert. Not a bad thing really, the terrain is actually easier to manage than the regular Hurston red desert.
Yeah, it's really like an emerald green now. Holy cow.
This valley was the most green that we would see in this biome, and it was very striking.
Wow.
Especially in the early 60s and late 50s, it's like, where the stripes are going the other way now.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that gets implemented, because I've seen it a few times.
You got a few of these like steep ramps.
As the terrain changed again, fingers assured us that we were getting close to the edge of the biome.
It's the seeds, it's the, what do they call it? The galaxy turtle or something like that.
And it wasn't long before we were seeing a more consistent overall red in the landscape once again.
And that might be
This bike had taken a real beating and was visibly very damaged, but by dawn we were looking at regular Hurston terrain. We had crossed the acid desert.
painted nice bright orange.
So we were now about 2/3 of the way there, but I had a long way still to go, and regular terrain is plenty fraught with danger.
Beautiful view though. Cliffs up ahead, very red.
As I'd grown accustomed to, it would be a jump that would land me in some trouble next.
Whoa, I heard.
There's a jump, I kind of dug in and then...
And as if cursed, we'd actually lose a second ship on the leg as well.
Ooh.
In the state
Whoa. Wow, I don't know what's going on.
Oh no, okay.
Whoa, okay.
The carrot
I
is
just
gone.
exploded.
Came down the ramp, the carrot and the dragonfly started freaking out as it was coming down the ramp. I got off. I should check the status of my bike.
It's the only thing I
used
can
to
think of.
happen. Okay, so quick status check now.
Their bike was actually okay following that explosion, so we'd be pushing on.
Last check was 221, I believe.
The support ship was flown by Phoenix now and would have to restock on bikes, so for a little bit I'd be riding alone, and riding extremely carefully as I didn't have a respawn set now, so if I did die I'd be sent back to Microtech, and I definitely did not want that to happen. By now we were closing the distance to Status, and really only the final push was ahead of us. The rendezvous with Phoenix was set. But my Dragonfly would wander off a bit as I hopped off.
Uh-oh. Why is that rolling forward? Uh-oh, careful, sorry. This fucking bike decided to roll forward when I killed the engine. I'm kind of like directly...
You're good, I spotted it, I was like, luckily able to move.
Okay.
Because we'd lost the support Karak, I would have to reset my spawn on a new one.
I lost your marker, but I see you physically, so your marker has been popping in and out. Oh god, alright. And we can go down and then cut back to the right, and then we should enter just a huge flat.
With Jack back with me, it was time to push out on the home stretch of Stage 6.
Go!
Whoa, way too much here. And when you pass me, Katie, if you tack right, and then through the saddle, there's a valley that kind of avoids the worst of the mountains.
Okay, yeah.
The home stretch we knew was going to be just regular old Hurston terrain, but it's always exciting when you are reaching the end of one of these stages, so we were really enthusiastic and motivated to push on. And while Fingers was gone, Phoenix would return to navigate.
Alright, let me get above you guys and give you the heading you'll use.
I had to slow down a bit, but because I see lots of your dust, and I had to wipe your dust off my face.
Getting a Phoenix eclipse. Just to the side of some hills.
Somehow I'd wandered off the line a bit and would need to turn back towards Jack, but I didn't realise this straight away.
It'll be 286.
Tell us, like, well, I'm in third person right now. I'm just looking at you, so.
I'm pointing directly at it right now, if you can see me. It could be if you believe.
It'd probably be good if you flew to the outpost.
Yeah, I was just about to suggest that. Yeah, I'll just fly there. Since it is completely flat.
With Phoenix heading out for the outpost now, we'd be surprised by just how close to it we actually were.
Got it. Saw you cross.
I can see the light. The actual lights.
Yep. Just gonna be here. Katie,
End
get
of
me.
stage 6. Holy
Get me
shit.
coming spinning out of control. And
Stage 6 was complete, and it definitely had felt like the longest stage of this entire trip.
Look at that. Ooh, some speed. Here we go. Yeah, that leg was long. I mean, it literally was the longest.
yep. I mean, it wasn't super technical or difficult. Some places it was. It was just the length, but.
Yeah.
So with over 5,000 kilometers now behind us, stage 7 and 8 lay ahead, 2 very short runs before the long push back over the North Pole. How would we fare knocking out 2 stages in one day, and would we be able to take advantage of the mudflats again in the North Pole like the South? Join us next time to find out. It has been close to 2 years since the last episode of this series, my apologies. You know, these videos, nobody really watches them, you know, the viewer count was always very low. But obviously with the channel being on hiatus for the past couple of months, this seemed like a good opportunity to get that last block of episodes done before we return to more regular videos on the main channel. So I want to thank everyone who is watching and all of our patrons. Some of those patrons even remained patrons through the hiatus of the channel, which is amazing. Thank you. But hopefully we'll be back with more regular stuff coming very soon. Not quite immediately, but very soon. In the meantime, we're going to do, you know, things like the Circumnavigating Hurston series. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be back with more soon.